is something that most people don't really talk about. The struggle of being an adult content creator. One of the hardest things about being a content creator as an adult is a total lack of support, especially when you're not already famous. Nobody really talks about this. Like, sure, some creators might mention it in passing, but I don't see it as a real conversation, and maybe it should be. Here's my story. Before the world flipped upside down, I was an entertainer on stage, in front of people, doing what I loved. I've talked about this before. Then the pandemic hit, and I was locked down in China for a while. I was making some content, but then life happened, and I had to stop. When I finally got back into creating recently, it felt like my brain was broken. I struggled with ideas, I lost my momentum, and worst of all, I felt like I had nothing to say. Sometimes I still feel that way. It's a scary place to be as a creator because YouTube, TikTok, they reward people who entertain or educate. Am I right? Now, I feel like I don't really have much to offer, but I know that's not true. I have years of experience in music, in video production, storytelling. But when you're watching other creators succeed and you feel like a tiny little pebble in an ocean of content, it's hard to shake that doubt. In between work, in between dreams, right now, I'm in a weird in-between place. My online job shut down, so I'm diving into content full time. But when content doesn't immediately make money, it's easy for the people around you not to see it as a priority. At the same time, my girl Suli has a new business idea that she wants us to work on together. And I'm 100% down to support her because she always has amazing ideas. I also, however, need to figure out how to carve a space for my own thing, because I've spent the last few years not doing what I love, and I can't keep putting that off. I was such a big proponent and motivator for doing what you love to do in your life, and I need to take my own advice that I've given people before. My TikTok has nearly 10,000 followers, but they're ghosts, probably. Most likely they're inactive because I stopped posting. My recent content is barely moving, so I'm asking myself, do I start fresh with the new TikTok? Or do I try to revive this account and rebuild it from nothing? Truth is, you never really know until you do it, right? As an entertainer, you have to have a little bit of delusion, that crazy belief that you can make it, that what you do matters, that if you keep going, keep creating, keep pushing, then success is going to follow. But what happens when you lose that delusion? When you go from performing in front of thousands of people to feeling invisible online? When your audience feels minimal and your voice feels unheard, that's where I'm at, trying to find that spark again. And if you ever felt that way, let's talk. Because I know I'm not the only person that feels this way, not the only one that's going through it. I mean, have you ever lost your creative drive? Tell me how you got it back. Drop a comment now. I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know. I wish I had the motivating thing to say to close off this rant, but I feel that the most important thing is that my current motto is craft your path. And I believe in it, and you need to craft your path. You just need to step forward in faith. Years ago, there was a crowd of people. Years ago, there were thousands of people that were about to go on a journey to the promised land, and they didn't see a way forward. And God said, why are you complaining? Walk forward, step forward. And the thing is, they were supposed to step forward in faith. And when they did, God opened up the ocean, made walls of water and dry land for them to cross through, to escape their old life and go forward to the new life in the promised land. That means it's time to step forward in faith. And that's what you gotta do. That's what I'm doing now. So here I go.